Welcome to the I Do Bridal show. This is Wendy Rivera, and I'm here with Robin Garrison, and we are at I Do Bridal in Seattle. It is fabulous. What we're standing in is what they call their premiere room, and this is for for the premiere. Well, lots of people can be here, and it's $50 to do this room, to book the room.
Yep.
And beautiful space. This whole shop is absolutely beautiful and smart. But the reason I wanted to do this video, I mean, I'd love to take you on a tour. Maybe we'll do that. But the thing I wanted to talk about actually is we were chatting just now. Last night we had a wonderful adventure. We went on a ferry ride, which was gorgeous. I'm posting pictures and videos of that soon. It was gorgeous, and we had so much fun just chatting on the ferry. The ferry is like the subway, but cooler, because you actually are on a boat ride on your way home. It's like therapeutic on the way home. Instead of the subway being stress and you need therapy because you have to go on the subway all the time, or 95, right? You have a ferry. So
the view was amazing.
The view is amazing. The lights, the city, sky, the city, everything was gorgeous. We had a great time. So then on our drive back, we were trying to find a place for dinner. And this is around
Sunday night,
9:30, 10 o'clock.
Yeah.
So we couldn't find any place. We finally found this really nice restaurant pretty close to our hotel.
Yeah.
And we were like, it's open till 11, yay.
Let's do it.
We did it. Exactly. Go in, and we were eating, had a just great time, talking shop, right? And we go out and we're to the car, and I looked in the back seat and I thought, what did we spill?
Maybe it was my kids' mess. They left it.
It was there, and no, it was not a spill.
It was glass. They broke the glass.
Yeah.
Took our laptops.
We had someone
just pretty much our whole life
break into her car
computers
and steal our computers. But what I was talking about this morning was I loved watching Robin, and I want to share this with you as shop owners and managers and just entrepreneur ladies in general. One of the things that we struggle with, I feel, in business, is that we let whatever is happening to us really affect all the other people that really have nothing to do with what's happening to us. We kind of impose that on the other relationships in our life. And what I loved about watching Robin last night, we were at this restaurant, and really anyone who's gone through this where you've been robbed, you feel so violated. You feel so personally like, you just stepped into my life.
And kind of like, and what happened?
And
wait.
Yeah,
it was just in there.
Yeah.
And now it's not in there.
So many personal things on your computer that you're like, that was taken from me. People can feel that way.
Right.
And I watched Robin handle it in stride, but not only that, she reached out with grace to the people around her, like the restaurant owner. He came up and he feels horrible that this happened, and normally it would be almost like acceptable
in the bagged
culture.
Our window. It looked very classy.
Yeah, but even before we got there, in the restaurant itself, people would feel a right to be like, oh, just a little miffed with him, and not that they would be rude to him, but they would just be like, don't talk to me right now. You know what I mean? You almost feel like you have the right to kind of just be frustrated, and she was just very gracious, and he said he's feeling so helpless, and he's like, anything I can do to help? And we were like, well, maybe if we could put plastic bag over the window because it's going to rain. And he was like, yeah, I got that. And he went and got the plastic bag and the tape, and in the rain helped her put that on there. And she's still not so in her own world that she can't see other people around her. She's still not in that space where she's like, thank you so much, and still feeling bad about myself. She reaches out and just thanks him so genuinely and gives him this hug, and just like he has been her best friend ever. On this night where normally people feel lost, and it just was very...
he was such a silver lining to that. You have an experience that you don't anticipate. It is what it is. Mm-hmm. And then who comes in, kind of the knight in shining armor, and helps you through that? He could have easily said, we're closed, get out, you can wait for the police in your car. He was very kind, I thought.
Yeah.
But we were lucky.
And I think though that there's an openness that we all need to have and constantly remember that the person who walks into our life when we're in the middle of a trial is not connected to that trial in a negative way, or they're not part of the responsibility of that trial. There's somebody that can actually pour help into it if you allow them to, and you can actually thank them for it and be open, because there's such a wonderful balance between loss and gain.
I think that translates with our brides
that's
too.
Exactly
I
right.
think they come in, they have certain misconceptions about us and ideas about what we're going to be like, and if we're going to mistreat them or try to bully them into something and push them to buy, and they're not ready and worried. And I think that can be us too, a lot of days.
And us as well, on the fact of we have a bad experience with a bride, and then anyone else that comes into our sphere, we kind of impose that on them, and instead of realizing this is a separate person and I can experience something with them that's separate from this particular loss or frustration. And I think it's important for us all to talk about that and think about that, because therein lies the help. Openness to the help is where your heart then can be helped. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So
anytime your heart is open to
that's right. So
when you something or feeling something,
that's
I
right.
think you will.
You will.
Yeah.
And I think when you feel robbed of something, no pun intended, but
Or
truly
maybe.
an allegory. But when you feel robbed of something, like your time or your energy or anything like that, you feel like someone took that from you. Know that at the same time, there are people who are giving into you.
And sometimes they need that more than you do.
That's right.
They needed your time and energy more than you needed.
That's right. That's right. And giving it out of a heart of love instead of a heart of expectation from the other person will help it to keep cyclically flowing back to you rather than feeling like it was sucked out of me.
For sure.
But I just had to share that because just observing people and observing how Robin behaves with other people, it's such a strength that she has. It's why she's strong at what she does. She's able to separate, she's able to celebrate, she's able to endure loss, she's able to explode with success, and she's also able to watch things and know how to grow it slowly if need be, make changes and adjustments when she needs to. These are strengths. These are strengths, and we celebrate that.
So much.
So she's amazing.
Thank
You should be here and get to know Robin more. If you see her at market, ask her to dinner. You will be really glad you did. But
don't bring your laptop and leave it in the car, though.
we're going to be carrying all of our stuff with us all the time, just all the
If
time.
we look homeless and we're carrying everything on our backs, you know why.
Layers is good. So we love you. Have a happy week, and we'll tell you more later too. But signing out from I Do Bridal, the fabulous Seattle. Bye.